I just wanted to get Aaron up here. Aaron's from the Boston area. It's always good to get students when we have an event in Boston that are in our master program, that are doing deals, that are very active. Aaron's a great guy. So he's going to walk us through a deal. We're going to give him a lot of love. Give him a round of applause. Hi guys, how you doing?
Roughly about 2 years ago, I was sitting in the same exact seats that you guys are now. Wanted to do my first real estate deal, didn't know how to get it done, linked up with fortune builders and the whole team, and there's a reason why I'm back here again. So real quick, I want to go through here. This is a case study on a property that we did in Mattapan. For those that are local, it's a section of Boston. So go through the deal here. We ended up selling the property for $325,000. This is a two-family property. We purchased it for $119,000. The repair costs were about $100,000. The holding costs were $21,000. And our net profit was $85,000 in 105 days. How many of you in here would be okay with cashing that check? All right? So, marketing, how we found the deal. For realtors in the area, you're probably familiar with this term, farming an area. We were actually in the middle of doing a rehab one street over. I was looking at comps because we were getting ready to put it on the market, and this actually happened to pop up on the MLS. I called the real estate agent, told him I was a cash buyer, I was doing a rehab one street over, and I was ready to move. He said, when can you look at it? I said, can you be there in 20 minutes? Met him at the property in 20 minutes, looked at it, knew it was a great deal, put it under contract right there and then. And that's one of the most important lessons here, is that action creates reaction. As soon as we put it under contract, talked to the realtor that night, and he said he got multiple calls from other investors. Sorry, it's already locked up. So that's one of the biggest things that I took away from these boot camps, is you can keep learning until you're blue in the face, but at some point you just have to take action. Did I have all the answers? No. Did I know exactly everything that was going on? No, but I knew it was a great deal. The other thing that was really cool about the deal, we found it off of MLS, but it was actually an already approved short sale. It was a contractor that was going to purchase the property. They had went through the whole short sale process, got it approved, and then the contractor was nowhere to be found. So it was already approved, ready to go, boom, call it a day. One golden nugget for any real estate agents in here is to give up your side of the real estate commission. You know, I know Than's gone over this for a good amount of time, is that realtors make money off of commission. But don't get greedy. Don't look at the 2 or 3%. Give up your side of the commission. The realtor almost dropped the phone when I told him I was a cash buyer doing a deal in the neighborhood, and oh, by the way, I don't want my side of the commission. He actually started laughing on the other end of the phone. He said, you got to be kidding me. You're an agent. You don't want the commission. I said, no, I want the deal. And I want you to keep bringing me more and more deals. So that's just something that, you know, don't get greedy, give up your side, and it's amazing when money's in front of people. Amazing things happen. Then the acquisition, I kind of went into this. The short sale was already approved at 119. We did know there was a deadline on the approval as well. That was another thing the realtor had said to us, you know, hey, this thing's going to expire in a couple weeks. I don't want to have to go back to the bank. I said, no problem. Our financing's lined up. Let's rock and roll. And again, we didn't hesitate on it. You know, sometimes you just have to go with your gut. If you know it's a good deal, go lock it up and figure out the rest. And that's kind of a motto we have in our office, is dive in with both feet. You're not going to have all the answers, but have the confidence in yourself that you can find the answers, or hire the right people that do have the answers. You know? And then financing, how I funded the deal. OPM, other people's money. We took out a private loan, paid the person 12%, and we borrowed the down payment money, the closing costs, the carrying costs, and then financed the rest of that with hard money. So we actually did this deal with $0 of our own money. Nothing out of our own pocket. We made $85,000 using someone else's money to do that. The rehab management overview. I like to call it being a master puppeteer. Because you're basically like a puppeteer pulling all the strings. In a rehab, there's so many variables that go into doing the rehab process. And actually, when Paul met me for the first time at his rehab boot camp, I wasn't kidding. I couldn't even hang a sign on the wall straight. Zero construction background, knew nothing about construction, and now we're doing almost new construction, you know, over $100,000 construction budgets. The way we did this particular rehab, we actually broke up the rehab into a few different sections. We had hired a general contractor, ironically, that we met at one of the boot camps here. Then we brought in our own plumber and our own electrician because we realized that had saved us some money compared to the general contractor's overall quote. This is the before and after. You can see we actually acquired it in the wintertime with all the snow sitting on the front lawn. And we ripped off the porches, rebuilt those, did some work on the exterior. It's a two-family property. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know who would want to take a shower in that bathroom. That was pretty bad. And we went back and redid it all over with the spa theme. And this was one of the huge selling features that a lot of the people really enjoyed. This is what it looked like before in one of the rooms, and after cleaned it up. This is actually what the kitchen looked like before. This is what it looked like afterwards. This was actually the living room and dining room. Up on the second floor, again, it's knowing your market and your target buyer. On the second floor, we did kind of a little unique. We opened up the floor plan to the living room and dining room. Rerouted the doors going out and put two huge sliders in. So we did a couple of extra features on that top unit because we were actually targeting someone who wanted to live in the property and rent out the bottom unit. Here's one of the bedrooms. I can take absolutely zero credit for the beautiful staging. That's actually my business partner and his fiance. And I'm going to be going into that in a little more detail on the sales part of this. So while we're talking about the staging, for anyone who's ever done a real estate transaction, especially to a retail buyer, they understand this is an emotional purchase for people. You need to be able to hit those emotional buttons to be able to get those people to purchase. One of the things we do with all of our properties is we stage the properties. And going back real quick to this bedroom shot, there was actually a his and hers closet, all her clothes with shoes at the bottom, all of his suits on the other side with his shoes on the bottom. There was a nightstand with a book and perfume on it, and a full bed all set up. So I'm in the hallway and I watch the buyers' reactions to see their emotions on, you know, some of the features in the house to see what they like and they don't like. So it's a female real estate agent and a female buyer, and I'm out in the hallway and I'm watching. God's honest to God truth. Female real estate agent goes into the closet, grabs a dress, and she's going like this, seeing if it fits her. The buyer walks over to the nightstand and takes out the perfume, and she's putting the perfume on. And I'm sitting there going, what is better than this? I'm sitting back here watching it, and I'm like, not only do they want the house, she wants the dress and she wants the perfume. So the staging works. And actually the plumber came by later on and he opened the door and he said he was yelling, hello, hello. We thought someone had actually moved into the property from the last time. You know. So this stuff works, guys, and this is things that they teach you to do these. And if you notice, there's a lot of properties out there that aren't staged. This just gives your buyers an idea of how they can set up the property and they get that emotional connection with the property. One of the things we always try to do is we try to price the property right. Slightly underprice the market and deliver a superior product. Put in a couple of things that, you know, maybe the other houses don't have. Get to know your competition. We actually received 7 offers in one day on the property. I can't remember, I think it was maybe 4 or 5 of what we're asking. We were on somewhere around the low 3s. We actually had an offer at $350. The appraiser knocked it down to $325. We lost $25,000, but you know, we underpriced it. We created that urgency during the open house. We made sure that we got a lot of people there. They saw everyone else around there chomping at the property. And we actually sold this property through my real estate brokerage, Brickstone Realty Group. That's kind of my background. I got into this business as a mortgage broker about 6 years ago. Started the real estate brokerage with my business partner, Dylan Lewis, who is a lawyer and has a law practice. And that's kind of how we, you know, naturally went into the investment side of the business. But this is another advantage. They were talking earlier, Fan, about getting your real estate license. We save 2 to 3% on every deal that we do. We refer people out, we get referrals off of that as well. So again, we bought it for 119. We put 100,000 in it. Cost us about 20,000 between holding costs, realtor fees, and we sold it for 3.25 with a profit of $85,000. Any questions?
Who's got a question? Can we run a mic really quick?
What did you pay to stage that house? And another question for Sam would be, does Fortune Builders stage your properties?
Well, the question was, how much did we pay to stage the property? We actually paid $0, and people thought we were going out of business because we sold all our office furniture to go and stage the place. And actually, my business partner, his fiance, had a bunch of leftover, items to put in the house that they had from their previous house. We don't go too crazy with it. We try to keep it light. Now we actually have our demo guys go and, bring all the equipment to each house and do that for us.
Thank you, man. Give Aaron a round of applause. Thank you.